there, it's Raeanne back with another 15-minute exercise. This time it's mainly focused again on the legs, but this time we're not seated. We're going to do a standing one. So starting off, make sure you have your chair next to you. We're going to start off with some marching in place. So what you'll do, your back nice and straight, holding onto your chair for support, we're just going to do some marching in place. From here, you bring your knee up just a little bit higher, your knees up just a little bit higher. And we can also try to bring up heels to kick our butt like this. Back to normal marching again. Try to bring your knees up a little bit higher one more time. Knees up just a little bit higher one more time. And try to kick your butt one more time with your heels. We'll go through that cycle one more time. So back to normal marching. Normal marching. And bring knees up just a little bit higher. And try to kick your butt one more time. And normal marching. Bend it out. Stop there. Next, we're going to do some, we'll do some heel taps. So we'll try to go nice and fast. Going up onto your toes and back down again. Let's do this for about 10 more seconds. Now switch to doing your toe taps. So make sure you have your chair in front of you, make sure it's not moving around or anything. So you're nice and balanced. 15 more seconds with the toe taps. And we're doing this relatively quickly. Quickly, I should say. Not quickly. And stop right there. So now we're going to get into the main part of the exercise, and today we're going to be focusing a lot on balance since we're doing a lot of standing stuff. Okay, starting off, we're just going to do a balance on one leg. So I'm going to start off with balancing on my right leg. Make sure you have your chair next to you in case you fall over. We're going to hold this for about 10 more seconds. If you feel yourself starting to lose balance, then make sure you grab onto your chair. So switch legs now. You can see I'm sort of hovering my hand over my chair. So I'm still balancing, but I'm not actually grabbing onto it because that sort of defeats the purpose. Hold this for about 5 more seconds. Back down again. Next one is a little bit tougher, so again, lift your leg up. And slowly, you're going to try to rotate your upper body just a little bit. Don't go sort of overly crazy, because then you might fall over. Make sure you have your chair next to you. You can hold onto your chair for support, a little bit more support for this one. But just try to move your upper body like so. Just a little bit so that it's a little bit of a challenge for you to balance, okay? And if it's too difficult for you, try to grab onto your chair even more. Switch legs now. Switch to your other leg, so bounce on your other leg. And just sort of rotate like so. Again, you don't want to fall over or anything, so if this one's a bit too difficult for you, you can just move on to the next one, or you can just grab onto your chair a little bit harder, or even place your leg on the ground like that, okay? few more seconds, and just come down again. Next we're going to do some movements of the hips, so I'm just going to move around my chair for this one. I'm going to start off, you can face the wall like this, lift your leg off the ground, and just swing it forward like that at the hip. Make sure your knee is nice and straight. Keep going like this for about 10 more seconds. Try to keep your back straight as well as you do this. You can switch around to the other leg now. Just swing that forward, your back nice and tall. I have a problem with slouching, so I have to always remind myself to keep my back nice and straight, even when I'm not doing exercises, when I'm just standing around. So try to keep your leg off the ground the entire time as you swing it forwards and back. You don't have to go this fast either, okay? So one more. Down again. Next one we can do is swinging out to the sides like this. So as you swing out to the side, what you don't want to do is go like this, okay? So try to keep your torso and your head straight up and down like so. Just try to move your hip out in one direction like so. And still you're balancing, right? We're really focusing on balancing as we do this. So make sure you have your chair next to you so that you don't fall over. Do it on the other side as well. You can hold on to my chair on this side. And just try to swing out with my hip in this direction. My knee is remaining straight for this one. Always remember to keep your knee nice and straight. And finish off one more, just like so. The next one we'll do is kicking back to your knee bent and just extend out that way, so. So we'll start off with one leg, and then we'll switch to the other leg. So this one can start with the bent knee, extend it out with your hip at the same time. Last one on this side. And switch to your other leg now, so bend your other leg, your other knee, extend out with the hip, and you can lean your upper body forward as you do so. Make sure you're still holding onto your chair for support. Again, you don't have to go this fast. You can go a little slower if you want to. Go at your own pace. Make sure you breathe in and out throughout. And stand up straight again. We're going to do some heel taps and toe taps again. So this time we're going to go nice and slow, okay? Go just as fast as I'm going. I'm really trying to focus on more endurance this time, I suppose. So still holding onto my chair. So I'm going to go on my tippy toes and slowly come back down. Slowly go up, slowly come back down. Really take it nice and slow. Try not to go too fast. Really trying to focus on balance. I just heard a crack in my ankle. You might have cracks as you're doing this all over your body, and that's okay. I don't know what the source of cracks is, but moving on. We're going to do heel taps nice and slow. So move on to your heel. You can sort of, as you can see, I'm sort of like moving my butt out at the same time, so it can allow me to actually lift my toes off the ground. It's very important to have a chair that is solid, that won't move around, because you're sort of using your chair for support while you do this, so it's important that it doesn't like lean up like this while you're using it. It might be helpful to have someone sit there, for example, as you do so. Slowly do your toe taps, nice and slow. Really try to focus digging into the ground. Do this for a couple more seconds. Next one we'll do are some squats. So we're going to go nice and slow for this one. I'm going to bend down. Make sure your knees don't ever go over your toes, okay? So come back up, down slowly, and lift with your hips back up, and straighten out your knees at the end there, okay? Down, straighten out your knees at the end. Make sure that your knees are not going over your toes. Make sure you stand up straight with your back at the end. Keep it going for this minute or so. We only have about 20 seconds left. Slowly stand upwards. Stand upwards, make sure you stand up nice and tall. You can puff your chest out a little bit. Do this. One last time, one last squat, nice and slowly. Almost there. And straighten out your knees, just like that. So that was the main part of our standing balance exercise. So now we're going to do a nice cool down, still standing. So let's get into it. So starting off, we're going to do a nice lunge, okay? So this really is good for your calf muscles. So let's do a nice lunge here and feel a nice stretch in this calf muscle here. Make sure you're standing up nice and straight and hold this stretch. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch your leg around. Nice deep stretch, really hold it. This feels really good in your calf muscles, trust me. Here, make sure you're still holding onto your chair for support, just in case anything happens. Hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we can switch off to a side lunge, so facing your body forward and just bending to the sides. Your knee is bent out in this direction and feel the stretch all the way down the inner part of your leg. Make sure you're still holding onto your chair here. Hold this for a good 10 more seconds. Slowly come back up again. And now you can do side lunge on the other side. Still holding onto your chair for support. Feel the stretch. Go all the way down your leg on that side. Take a deep breath in and out. Continue your breathing. Up. These next ones might be good to sit in your chair for this one. We'll do an anterior thigh stretch, so making sure you get it like this. You're going to put your leg under your chair like this and just sort of press down on this leg that's underneath the chair. Hold this for about 5 more seconds. And then switch your legs around. Place it under the leg, like under the chair, like so. Just sort of press down on it like that. Stretch from the anterior thigh, as well as the front part of your lower leg as well. Hold this for 10 more seconds. And finally, we'll end off with a nice hip stretch. So take your ankle, cross it over your knee like so. Just bring your chest down to your leg like so. Hold this for about 15 more seconds. Switch your legs around, cross your other ankle over your knee. Bring your chest down to touch your leg like so and hold this one. Make sure you breathe in and out. 15 more seconds. You should breathe in and out. 5 more seconds. Well, that's all I have for you today for your standing, balance, and leg exercise. So thank you very much for joining me today, and see you again. Bye-bye.